What up, Freedom Ninjas? Jeff King here. Today I want to talk about messaging liberty. I've been involved in the liberty movement for some time now, and I'd like to give some advice on how to message liberty to others, and I'm going to throw in some life lessons at the end as well. So for starters, first, click that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Please help me grow this channel. So the first bit of advice is, when it comes to messaging liberty, is that you aren't right. Everyone has their own perspectives which are the result of the beautiful life and individual life the person you are talking to has lived. Put yourself in their state, not just in their shoes. Embrace and learn from their story, as it is unique and you have never heard one like it. It is truly their own. Second piece of advice is ask and then shut up. Okay, look, listen, you're a libertarian and I know you're right. But the other person doesn't care if you're right. So don't stifle the potential intellectual development of the other person by logically attempting to destroy their position with your meme-like sniper dominance. When you find the hole in their logic, just ask them a question about it. Now, this can be hard to keep track of for sure. Sometimes I feel like I need to bring a notebook to these conversations because I can't keep track of all their fallacies. Don't point out the hole in their logic assuming other people desire to be free from hypocrisy. And then when you point out the inconsistency, they will magically fall in love with Rothbard. That's not going to happen. Lead their thinking with questions, not dominance. And number 3, read Rothbard, especially all you minarchists out there. Okay, I'm just kidding. But honestly, you should read Bastiat, all of Frederick Bastiat, not just the law. Read the law at least 3 times, and then when you're done reading Bastiat, read Rothbard. Fourth piece of advice is try to use humor. When discussing liberty with others, try to agree with the other person's position and then find humor in it. Finding the common ground is essential towards gaining the other person's trust. Bridging that common ground with laughter is even better than just finding the common ground. Now, why? Because laughter doesn't have an ideology. So when in doubt, laugh it out. Number 5, seize the moral high ground. Our society can never sustain itself if people decide to start using coercion in their relationships with others, and we know that. We believe in liberty because we love humanity. We desperately want people to live in a future of peace, prosperity, and harmony. A future of sustainable human flourishing can only be accomplished through voluntary ethics. Ethics which strive to move humanity to a state of respect and love for each other, instead of our current state of division and plunder. We are libertarians because we love. Now let the world freaking know it. Number 6, don't demand immediate ideological acceptance. Please. Most people have never even thought about the idea that roads can be privately built, let alone schools being handled by evil corporations. Remember, you are radical. But just as the early abolitionists were considered radical, being radical is a good thing. To be radical means that you go to the root. The root of society's problems is coercion. It takes a free and open mind to get to the root of the truth. Don't demand that somebody becomes an advocate of a voluntarist society in 10 minutes. They've lived in a culture which embraces the use of coercion their whole life. Coercion is not how they see the world. It is their world. And we are, in a very real way, asking them to envision a world where they are to be governed by their own actions and not guided or protected by government. And this can be scary to people. We are asking people to completely reassemble an entire new world. Number 7, govern yourself, or someone else will govern you. To advance our culture and throw away the division of politics, we must lead by example. Libertarianism is not a political philosophy. It's a social philosophy which seeks to understand how human beings should relate to each other in order to maximize peace, prosperity, and harmony for everyone. It's obvious that a voluntary society is that society. A free society can only exist with character. So lead by example. Be courteous, giving, and loving to others. Do the right thing when no one is looking, and strip coercion out of your life. And number 8, learn. Never stop learning. Push your mind to a point of strength so that it can push your body to a point of congruence with your mind's desires. What that means is develop daily habits which lead you to consistently becoming the person you want to be, not just intellectually but physically, spiritually, and relationally. It all starts upstairs. Work out your brain. Do things that will push you to a point of nervousness and fear, because on the other side of fear is growth. I started doing stand-up comedy because I was scared to. What makes you who you are is not what you're doing. It's that split second when you decide to do it. And that's the thing with King.